Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Carmen Foundation Podcast. This is the fifth of many podcasts that will highlight those individuals, students, and organizations that are making a positive difference in the life of many children and youth in Philadelphia and Venezuela. The Carmen Foundation is a non-profit organization whose mission is to help disadvantaged children and youth by providing access to education, sports, and other resources. I'm your host, Yamilet del Carmen, Executive Director of the Del Carmen Foundation. Today, we are honored to feature two outstanding educators from Philadelphia who share a deep commitment to uplifting children and youth. Dr. Ariel Lajara and Maria Lajara. Dr. Ariel Lajara, Assistant Superintendent for the School District of Philadelphia. Throughout his career, he has demonstrated unwavering dedication to improving educational outcomes and creating opportunities for students in underserved communities. Joining him is his sister Maria Lajara, the passionate and dedicated assistant principal at William McKinley Elementary School in Philadelphia. Maria brings years of hands-on experience and heartfelt leadership to classroom, always focused on helping young minds grow and thrive. Together, the Lajaras exemplifies the power of leadership and service in education. We are excited to learn from their journey and hear how they continue to transform lives across Philadelphia. Let's welcome them. Hello, everyone. We have a wonderful family today whose passion is education. We have Ariel Lajara, who is the Assistant Superintendent of the School District in Philadelphia. And we have Maria Lajara, Assistant Principal of Philadelphia, William McKinley Elementary School. Thank you both for being here today. And just to start, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who wants to start?
I can start. So my name is Maria Lajara. This is my second year as assistant principal for the School District of Philadelphia. But my passion for education started right after I came out of undergrad. I started working one-on-one with students. So I was in a school setting. I've been in school settings for 20 years now, come to think of it. And I fell in love with education because it was an open door for me. It allowed me to grow and develop. And then through my journey, I was able to realize that I was able to inspire and instill in others what I needed when I was growing up. And that's how I continued and pursued education. I obtained my undergraduate degree. I have 3 master's degrees, and I'm currently working in my doctorate for educational leadership. So it's been a journey.
Were you born here in USA?
Yes, we were born in New York and moved to Philadelphia in 1996.
Okay. Wow. Excellent. And you are here?
21 years in education. I've had the privilege to hold educational roles. The moment I graduated high school, I knew I was super passionate about education, mainly because we experienced a lot of low expectations at some of the schools we attended. And we wanted to ensure that we are the change we want to see. So I was blessed with the opportunity to start at 19 years old teaching in summer school in the Freedom Schools literacy program. I did that for 2 years. And in 2006, I started teaching first grade. From there, I matriculated to become a dean of students after teaching for 5 years, and a director of behavior and education, assistant principal, and now I'm fortunate enough to be an assistant superintendent at the School District of Philadelphia, to able to impact change for about 6,000 students in the Kensington community, which is a community that's extremely impoverished. However, there's a lot of hope and opportunity there. It just needs to be tapped into that potential. For both of us, we got super passionate about education because of the upbringing of our parents. My father unfortunately dropped out of third grade to take care of his family, and my mother, pursuing the American dream, dropped out of high school. So we're two first-generation Americans with two parents that did not finish their K-12 education, but did a ultimate sacrifice to bring us to this country and ensure that we had the platform and opportunity to expand our horizons and to deepen our understanding through a K-12 and now post-secondary outcomes. I also have a bachelor's degree, 2 master's degrees, and a doctorate degree from St. Joe's University. So I know you started the podcast with introducing Ariel Lajara, but I'm very proud to say Dr. Ariel Lajara.
Okay.
So very excited about that. And my sister is right behind me with that. She'll be Dr. Lajara as well in a couple of years.
How beautiful it is, the education, right? And how do your Dominican roots help you in the careers that you are right now?
I'll start there. So we come from humble beginnings, and I never use the word poor when it comes to describe our upbringing, because we were impoverished. We didn't have the financial resources to really be able to expand in a lot of different opportunities growing up. But what my mother did was provide us a rich culture. So every year from birth to 17, we went to Dominican Republic for 3 months. And we were in the village that my mother grew up in, La Hinoya Tapia, which is somewhere where everything you eat is from your produce. The fruits are from the trees, the livestock. So what she gave us an upbringing that's very humbling. We were used to like regular bathrooms. But over there we had outhouses, and we were used to taking a shower. But over there we had the water that fell from the sky is what we used. We were used to going to the supermarket, but there is like my uncle taught us, hey, if you're hungry, we're gonna go, catch this chicken. We're gonna get these coconuts. We're gonna go to the rice field. We're gonna go to the plantain field. So we grew up with such a rich culture that we understand what poverty really is. And we're just blessed to be in this opportunity now to be able to impact change for everyone, specifically people that come from our upbringing and our roots. But being a Dominican, being a first-generation American, what we value most is that ritualistic culture that we have from our country allows us to be not only the face for a lot of Latinos, but also we have the lived experience so we could be able to connect and relate a lot more with our people.
It is important. I have a similar story with like you. I was born and raised in a very humble area in Venezuela. And I saw, of course, the scarcity, the problems, right? And I think coming to the USA, the United States, it makes us realize how many opportunities, right, we can get. And we appreciate, I appreciate so much what the United States offer in education and the many ways that we can grow, right, in our countries. Of course, it's beautiful. I love when you mention about the coconut, the water from the rain, and it's beautiful. And I think I needed to be in that environment. I needed to burn, right, in that environment for me to realize and to appreciate what I have right now. And I think the passion that we have is because of that. We came from a very humble situations, right? And now we have the power to give the same sense of why education help us to be who we are right now. So I think it's such a powerful statement.
Absolutely.
Right? To help others for all the skill and knowledge that we have.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Beautiful. And for you, Mary?
So I wanted to add to that because it's very humbling for me because the fact that we were exposed, we weren't born in the Dominican Republic, but we went every year, for 2 months. So we got to experience what it was like and the difference, right? Comparing. And I think that keeps me humble and to give back and to pour into our students because they may not feel like they have what it takes or they have the potential. But I always feel like if I can do it, you can do it too.
Right.
And that we talked about connection, and I think that's the experience that drives me to go to work every day, is because we connect. Like, they look up to me. She looks like me, so it's like representation matters, and you can be absolutely whatever you want to be, regardless of your background at the moment. It's all about believing in yourself and showing up every day.
And also, you guys are bilingual, right? Fluent in
100%.
Spanish?
100%.
Sí.
So yes, I didn't speak English till I was about 6. My sister till about 5. Our mother still doesn't speak English to this day. However, what I would say is, man, it's probably the biggest blessing we've ever received, because of living in a single parent household with a mother that only speaks Spanish, forced us to practice and use our Spanish on a daily basis, which allowed our proficiency level to be extremely high. Like, our Spanish is very close to just as good to our English. Clearly, our English is more profound because the last 20 years of education has been in that language, but our Spanish is really good. And it's impressive when you can infiltrate a Hispanic or Latino community in the school district of Philadelphia, and parents that don't speak the language see you there, and the comfort level immediately comes because they know that person understands my language, but more importantly, they understand my culture,
Right.
they understand my upbringing, they understand my shortcomings. So it does give us a competitive advantage to support the community. And also, if you come from somewhere else and the language is not Spanish, we have the common ground and of understanding that, hey, we might both be immigrants, or we both might be first generation Americans, or we both have to learn the English language. So it allows us to deepen our connection with the community.
Okay. And now that we're talking about Philadelphia education, based on the district spotlight report,
Yes.
what are your views on the current trend in education in Philadelphia?
So with the district spotlight, it monitors student attendance, teacher attendance, student performance, and state assessments, and how many students might be leaving our school district. What I'm very encouraged to talk about is that we're making progress in all of those opportunities. I believe there's 17 levers, and we made significant progress in about 13. So I feel really good about the work that we're doing and how we're not just developing the minds of students in school, but we're also developing them socially and emotionally. We have community meetings for our students in the morning to really, before we start the educational day, we want to focus on their social and emotional well-being, knowing that a lot of students have to navigate some difficult communities before they get to school, or might have to navigate some challenges in a household. So we want to cater to their emotional and social health prior to starting with their math or ELA and things of that nature. Plus, the curriculums that we have now are more about conceptual understanding than procedural. So it really allows us to create access and equity in the classroom, so we can ensure that the education, we're shifting the cognitive load onto students. They're doing the heavy lifting, which means they're doing all of the thinking. And those are transferable skills, because if you could think in the classroom, you could think in your community, and you could become a productive citizen.
We want to implement in the city of Philadelphia, along with our Director of Education, Dr. Francis Woodford, focus on participatory reading for children who are English as a second language learners.
Perfect.
Because we realize, well, it's the studies done, that there is a huge achievement gap between English students who don't speak English and native English speakers. So that gap is huge.
Yeah.
And with the reading program, we want to close that achievement gap. And we wonder, how can we complement this after-school program reading for already the work done by the school district of Philadelphia?
Yeah. So I love that you bring that up. We are piloting right now, implementing a brand new dual language curriculum. I have the privilege, the district has 9 dual language schools. I have the privilege of having 3 of them in my network that I supervise, which has a mixture of native and non-native speaking students in that classroom. But we do have a large population of students in the city, I want to say over 20%, that are AL students, English learners. And the after school program for those students could be vital to their success. So at some point, I would love to hear more about that. and think about how we can partner in the immediate future and support that population of students, especially because my sister and I represent that population. We are both L students to this day. Always when I start my speaking engagements, I tell people English is my second language. So if you hear a dialect or an accent or something that doesn't sound perfect, then that's okay. I want to own that because I know who I am, and I know that Spanish is my dominant language. It's what I was born to speak.
That's beautiful, because I think we need to support the next generation, right? And we want to make sure children that it's the first language is Spanish, right? Hispanic. We want to Spanish. We want to help them to able to read, because when they read their first language, they will be better on in the future with the English. They can read English better and Spanish better. And, I think that's so important, that achievement gap to be close and to be, successful in the future is what we want, right? For them to have a chance to succeed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. And how does you work in Philadelphia? Like, I know it's like different breakdown. I read that you are number 9. Like, it's like breaking down the whole Philadelphia into sections.
Yes. So right now, this year, we started as regions. So in the past, and I've been assistant superintendent for 5 years. So in the past, I might be at one school in this side of the city, and they'll have to drive to the other side of the city. As you know, Philadelphia is the 6th largest city in the United States of America. The school district of Philadelphia is the 8th largest district in a city in the United States of America. So we're pretty large. What we did with the regions is now all of our schools are extremely close. So if I'm at one school, I can be at another school in a minute or two. So it's exciting for me because now I have a geographic location that belongs to me, that I own. If anything happens in this area, these are my schools, and we take a lot of pride in that. My sister I'm in Network 9, my sister's in Network 8, so we're relatively close to each other. We kind of border that Kensington area, Frankfurt, and some of North Philly.
Okay. And Mary, how is the Kensington area? You are in what section, you say? 8?
I'm in Learning Network 8 in this West Kensington area.
West Kensington. How is the situation there in education?
So I've been in the Kensington area for a while, and it's really, and I want to circle back to instilling hope. That when I work in these communities, what I see is parents that feel like this is it. And so the students bring that mentality into the school building. What I've done, and I've been in 3 schools in Kensington, what I do is meet them where they are. It's important to meet parents and students where they are and then go from there. And I'm really good at that because I know that the foundation of everything is relationship. So yes, it may be a tough community, but it doesn't feel tough for me because I can connect. I can relate. And I'm just a servant leader. I want to serve the community. So for me, Kensington is the best place for me because I feel like I'm needed there. I make a difference there. My students look up to me. They're happy to see me every day. My parents, we have all kinds of parents, but what I found out is once you meet people where they are and you talk to them one-on-one, there's no difficult parent. There's just a parent that needs to be seen and heard and valued. And Kensington area has opened my eyes to that because I've had the opportunity to grow and develop personally and professionally in Kensington.
Wow, how beautiful it is. It would be nice to support your area too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We welcome the support.
And, collaborate together. I think Philadelphia is doing great, but it can be better.
Always.
Absolutely.
Always.
Excellent. And what do you think the underserved children and youth are facing right now?
I mean, they're facing, there's a multitude of challenges. Lack of resources. I would say the fact that minimum wage in our city is still what it is, with cost of living rising. Neighborhoods that can present some challenges. They face a lot. However, what I know my lived experience is, and we come from Harlem, New York, and parts of North Philly, where if you find, and I'm a product of this, if you find the right adults in your life, or they find you, and they instill hope in you, and they believe in you, and they see things in you that you don't see in yourself, It opens up your eyes to different opportunities, but also you're never too young to start creating your network. And your network might have mentors, might have sponsors, might have people that open doors for you. We all need that. It doesn't matter what walk of life you come from. We all yearn for those levels of opportunities. And what we do, and I take very seriously, is once you're my student for life. So I run into 21 years. I run into my students all the time, and it's like, hey, what you doing with your life? Hey, here's my phone number. Call me. Let's connect. What opportunity can I connect you to? What job can I help you get? What school can I help you apply to? Because the work doesn't stop in between those four walls of your classroom or your building structure. The work does not stop. And how we operate is lifting as I climb. So every time I grow in my life, if I'm not lifting someone else to grow, then I don't really feel accomplished. So this is how we roll. Our mother has instilled these cultural values in us. She's the matriarch of our family, and she's raised two young people that are servant leaders, but also transformational leaders. We don't want to leave any space we walk into the same way. We want to make sure that whatever spaces we walk into, including this one today, that we leave it in a better place and we allow our wisdom and our lived experiences to multiply whatever's going on.
Nice. How important it is. And I hear you that you both have many years of experience with students and youth. Can you tell us one story that really has impacted you from one kind of students that you had in the past? If you can think of
so many,
right?
I have so many, and I think it's because I've been in the educational setting in so many different ways, clinically, and I was a school counselor as well, at teaching, and then as an administrator. But it's really hard to pick just one story. I'm gonna go back to one experience where I was counseling a student who felt like, and it's gonna be a little touchy, but she felt like there was no reason for her to live. And I carry that with me because of the difficulty, the challenges, and the trauma that our students face on a daily basis, that it's so easy to just say, I can't do this, right? But I developed a very special relationship with that student, and I'm still in touch with her today. And this was a few years ago. She did contemplate taking her own life. She did not. But I made sure that I poured into her, because there are going to be some students that need more of us. And it's my job to make sure I'm available at any time. I recently spoke to her. She graduated from college.
Oh, nice.
She got married, and she is doing well. And I just think that what we want to do is, like my brother said, transform and inspire and instill hope. I can't stress that enough, because it's so easy to give up.
Right.
And it takes one person. I've always said, even in one school year, if I change somebody's life in 1 year or instill some hope and they feel like they can do something, I did my job.
It's beautiful.
I did my job. And that story itself, just the fact that she can call me right now, that's what it's all about.
And she graduated from college. She graduated from her life. And that's a very impactful story. She did.
Yeah, this work allows you to build relationships that go a lot deeper than the work that we do. There's students that I have that I go out with, and we might share a meal. There's students that I've seen them somewhere, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna connect you to this resource or this job. But I think for me, one of the coolest stories is I happen to work in a school district where my former high school teacher is a principal in the district. And I also am in a district where a lot of people I've worked with in other capacities when I was a teacher or a dean and things of that nature. But I think the coolest thing for me is that I have students that I've taught that are now teachers. So I get to connect with them now on an educational level. And it's just super cool that I was their 5th grade teacher, and now they're in my district as a teacher. So those connections, those success stories mean a lot to me, but I went through that. In high school, I was able to find a mentor, Mr. Weifels, rest in peace, which put me in the back of his wagon and drove me to college and made sure I went to college. A teacher that knew we didn't have a lot of financial means, and she used to invite me to her house and make up chores for me to do so she could give me money. I had another teacher in high school where my parents didn't attend a lot of my achievements, but he used to get in his car. And anytime I got honor roll, dean's list, whatever the case may be, he came and had me motivated. Like, hey, I'll give you $20 for every A you get. So it's like small things like that you don't know how much it means to somebody. And now they see me as, where I'm at in my life, Dr. Lajara, assistant superintendent, and I still connect with them. They're about some other 60, 70, 80 years old, but we still have a fruitful relationship because I value them so much. I mean, without them, I wouldn't be here. So we're all standing on the shoulders of giants, and it's our job not to ensure that we're not resting on this legacy, but we're building on it.
Nice. And to end this part of the podcast, because I believe it's going to be many that we're going to do together.
Yes.
A message that you want to give to a child, a youth, a parents, or a teacher right there who's listening or watching us. Any message for them, maybe especially to the youth, that you would like to give?
Go first.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say to the youth, don't give up. It feels hard, but it's temporary, and you can get through it. Reach out for help if you need it. You are worthy. You are important. We see you. We value you, and we're here for you.
Absolutely. And for me is to ensure that we're thinking things through in life, because I don't want anyone to make a temporary decision on a lifelong outcome. So really evaluate what's going on, evaluate your friendships, your connections, and understand that everything in life is an interview. Every time you engage with a human being, they're interviewing you to some capacity. And what I stress is ensure that your relationships are meaningful, because meaningful relationships turn into positive outcomes for people. You never know who's watching. You never know who's listening. And there's a lot of good and kind-hearted people like myself and my sister and my family, and a lot of educators that we're looking for the next opportunity to instill hope in someone else. So like I said, my motto is lifting as I climb. And I'm always looking for who's hungry enough that wants to take this climb with me.
Beautiful. Very nice. Thank you, Dr. Ariel Lajara. Thank you, Maria Lajara, for sharing and joining us in this beautiful moment, and for people to know who you are and what impact you're making to Philadelphia and to the world. So I want to ask you what this company is about. Elevate Height?
Elevate
Could you
Higher.
please tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Elevate Higher, CEO. I'm the CEO of Elevate Higher.
Can I see the
And absolutely. And what we want to do is, and if you see the logo, it's all about that. That's our life's mission, is about how do we ensure that we consistently help people elevate higher. If you see the logo, it's the E inside, but it looks like an elevator going up. And what we do is we do consulting, we do professional development, life coaching, executive coaching, keynote speaking, anything that allows us or creates a platform for us to deliver messages that stretch your thinking, uplift your mind, and connect you to your next goal. We want to ensure that, hey, God has blessed us with a lot of different opportunities, and our goal is always to give back. And how do we give back to the population at large? So we are also on a virtual platform, so we can connect with people all over the world, and we can also go do on-site, in-person development and training. But what I would say about Elevate Higher is it really allows me to walk in my purpose. And when I walk in my purpose, there's nothing that fills my cup more than knowing that I've engaged with a population of people and I've transformed them into one capacity or the next. So we're super excited to continue our work with Elevate Higher and just seeing where it grows. But I'm in love with the company and I'm in love with what we do. We elevate, we inspire, and we ensure that you achieve.
We will need that support. Right. And it's for adult youth or
anyone. It's open. It's an educational platform, but we also do executive coaching because we believe that our skill sets transfer to any other domain or any other type of industry.
Beautiful. Very nice. And so that's so nice elevate high. We all need that. And I can't wait to hear more about it. Thank you so much for being with us today and sharing a little bit about your story and the passion that you both have for education. And to our viewers, remember that we all have a role to play in creating opportunities for the next generation. Stay tuned for more impactful stories and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Del Carmen Foundation. Thank you. This episode is brought to you by Hispanico Group, experts in web design and marketing. Elevate your brand with them today. Pulaski Dental, where your oral health is their top priority. Trust them to help you achieve a healthy and radiant smile. Lasso World, fashion hair accessories designed for all hair types. Beautiful, stylish, and made to last, because you deserve the best. inSeption Group is pioneering a new era in clinical research with strong focus on people, purpose, and performance. Firstrust Bank, where personalized service and financial expertise come together to support your aspirations.